Okay, so first off, my title is not clickbait, I promise. However, I do want to say that for most people, this is not going to be an issue. But for some people, it's going to be such a big issue that I would argue they probably just shouldn't even buy Z Fold 3. So for me to explain what the hell I'm talking about, I need to give you a little bit of background. There is a thing called sensory processing disorder. Sensory processing disorder is a condition in which the brain has trouble receiving and responding to information that comes in through the senses. So I'm going to leave this text on screen. If you want to learn more, hit Google. There's tons of resources out there. But basically, sensory processing disorder is the stuff you're bringing in, the stuff you're detecting, whether it's with your eyes, your ears, your nose, your sensation, or your taste buds. You have some sort of a dysfunction or disorder with that. For me, because I have SPD, I have a couple of different symptoms. For one, my sense of touch is extremely strong in certain textures and feelings. I'm thinking about them and my skin is crawling. It gives me an overwhelmingly negative feeling. I have a very strong sense of taste, and many different foods are totally intolerable to me, not just because of taste, but also because of texture. I will have an immediate nauseous reaction. And the one that I deal with most frequently probably is with visual stimulus. Or stimuli, I think is the correct word. Bright lights are really oppressive to me. My glasses are transition lenses because when I go outside, I need protection from the sun. Otherwise, I'm going to be walking around doing this. And even sometimes, you know, the glasses that you see old people wear that just have like cataract stuff, their eyes diluted, and they put these big sunglasses on over their glasses. Yeah, I have to wear some of those sometimes when I'm out driving or if I'm out in really bright light because it's so oppressive to me that I will get a headache. I'll start feeling nauseated. It's no fun. You know, sometimes if you film an old CRT TV, you'll see like the scan lines almost like these bars flickering through the screen. I see those in real life. I didn't know that most people didn't see that. I saw it the whole time, and old TVs just made me feel sick. I'm so happy that we don't use CRT TVs anymore because I can't use them. I can't look at them. Buildings that have ballasts and big tube lights, when the ballast starts to go and the light starts to flicker, I can't be around it. It's horrible for me. Great. How does this relate to the Z Fold 3? Well, it relates to the under-display camera. And I was curious because I saw in pictures and videos something that looked ominous to me about the under-display camera on the Z Fold 3. And if you don't know, this is what it looks like. You have a camera under the display, and there's a portion of display here where the pixel density is very low, which allows the camera to take pictures through that screen. And as you can see there, on white backgrounds, you get this shimmering look. Okay, and I was very curious as to how this would appear to me. Now, everybody I'd talked to that had seen this thing in person said, yeah, it's no big deal. On white backgrounds, it kind of shimmers, no big deal. Many reviewers had say, yeah, it's really visible on film when you're taking a picture, when you're videoing it, but in person to the naked eye, you really can't see it. But I wondered if that was actually going to be true for me, because there's a lot of things that you film and see, but I could see without it being filmed, if that makes sense. So I drove to Best Buy. They had one on display. I pulled up the Play Store with the white background and I looked into it. I looked at that camera, and within milliseconds, I had a negative reaction to this. And I'm positive that someone out there is going to comment and probably call me mean names or tell me that I'm overblowing things. And I get it because you don't have SPD, so you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I have SPD, and I know what I'm talking about. And when I looked at it, you know, any little movement that I made with my hand or with my body, it shimmers. And that shimmering triggered, for me, an immediate discomfort in my eyes and an immediate feeling of nausea. And I can't stress this enough. Most people will not be bothered by this. However, at least 1 in 20 people may be affected by SPD. So it's not as if we don't exist. So what I want to tell you in this video is that for me, if I had have purchased the Z Fold 3, I would have had to have disabled the under display camera. There is a way that you can make it just basically look like a hole punch like you have on the Z Fold 2. And that's what I would have had to have done. So the UDC would have had no benefit at all for me. There's no way I could have kept it that way. So take this as a warning. If you're someone who is maybe on the autism spectrum, you have SPD, you have symptoms of SPD, you have light sensitivity, you've noticed the things I'm talking about, that screens with low refresh rate bother you, fluorescent lights bother you, flickering of lights that no one else sees in the room, but you see it and it makes you nauseous. If you know what I'm talking about, please do yourself a favor. Go look at the Z Fold 3 in person and look at that UDC in person before you buy it, because you may be wasting your money. Stuff like this honestly bums me out because I feel like companies don't think about these things. Watching TV and, you know, there's flashing strobing lights because they're in a club or whatever, and I literally can't, I have to do this. I can't watch what's happening on screen, and it's frustrating. Watching a sporting event and there's things going off and I can't look, you know? It's frustrating to feel like, you know, I know that it's not everybody, but it sucks that people don't think about, like, yeah, some people are not going to be good with this. So there you go, information for the handful of people out there that might be watching my channel who might be wondering about this. This was my experience. Go check it out yourself. So guys, stay tuned for more content, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.